If you want to stay up to date with all current hip-hop events and releases, make sure to subscribe and become part of this community. Oh, and also, go cop that fresh merch and listen to my new songs in the description. How long has it been? 2016 since Blonde dropped. Whenever Frank Ocean is like teasing something, or there's a little slightest bit of hope out there and slightest bit of evidence or teasers, whatever, I'm like, whoa, maybe. But take this video today with a grain of salt. This is not confirmed. We're just going to look at the theory that a lot of people have that Frank Ocean might be teasing at new music. So let's take a look at it. And if you're a Frank Ocean fan that knows more about this, I'm just kind of looking at it from the surface, then let me know. Definitely let the fans know in the comments. But today, we're going over the latest teaser of Frank Ocean dropping the new album, so let's jump straight into this. Real quick, if you don't want to listen to this, make sure to skip 20 seconds into the future. You can now sign up for my free newsletter that is dropping every Sunday and recapping everything that's been happening in hip-hop over the past week with the first link in the description. Definitely worth it. Also, follow me on TikTok, it's in the description. I'm posting on the daily. You don't want to miss out on that. Now let's get into the video. So as I said, it's been 6 years. 7 years now almost. And we're always looking for new things that might be hinting towards Frank Ocean dropping. I mean, in late 2019, early 2020, we got that singles run of In My Room, then we had DHL, then we also had that Dear April, Cayendo, stuff like that dropped, and we were like, maybe this is gearing up towards something. And definitely there was some substance to this, because when you looked at the cover arts to In My Room or DHL, you could see at the bottom that both of them were representing one certain cover art on an array of cover arts. We were like, maybe this is the first hint to a track list, and it's kind of like, you know, it was slowly one after another releasing these singles or then releasing the album that fill in the blank spots in that list of possible cover arts, like the silhouettes of him on the cover arts. Well, it's been 3 years and nothing happened, so people lost a lot of hope for that. But most recently, he did kind of put out something that people are thinking maybe this is hinting towards something. Now, what we're talking about is a poster that you can buy on blondit.co. So basically his website where he's, you know, kind of pushing his agenda, where you can buy like his merch or buy some items from him, among others. Also this poster, he's also got a newsletter on there, stuff like that. So Blondit is like his creative home when it comes to him just doing other stuff besides the music. And on there, we got a poster, and people could order this poster, or it came with a certain order. Let me know if you know more about this. But when you take a look at the poster, it's actually pretty interesting, and we're going to go in detail on this. So let's look at the poster and let's read what it says on the poster and how this might be connected to a new Frank Ocean album. So this right here is the poster, and now the person kind of put it together with the left and the right side, but you can see it says Blondit Radio. He also got the Blondit Radio, obviously, so it's always like that. That's like his brand, Blondit, obviously also coinciding with the name of his latest album, Blonde. But let's you know, read what it says on here, because at the end it kind of gives some info as to what might be dropping. So it says, in the summer of 2019, Blondit produced a photo series on Thursday, August 8th, 2019 by photographer Michael Marcel. The photo series follows the story of a fictitious recording artist as he navigates the radio system. In one scene, the actor Jeremy Strong plays a chairman of a major record label. On the walls, a clock, 2 framed records. The chairman is flanked by another figure. Both are dressed in suits, wearing ties, and are in positions behind a long boardroom table. They are opposite a shadowed figure in the foreground, the recording artist, whose subjectivity the viewer is to inhabit. Now already we can tell that maybe this is kind of from the perspective of Frank Ocean, him being the recording artist and him being in the room with these major record label executives. But let's keep going. The recording artist attempts to explain to the major music label the singles distribution model as opposed to the long-form album model. The recording artist believes that latter to be outdated, and that releasing singles is more suited to modern consumption habits where people curate their own playlists, which are then shared within private circles. The meeting does not appear to be productive. Maybe going hand in hand with the singles that he dropped, kind of, you know, talking about the singles model as opposed to the album model, because we haven't gotten an album in 7 years, but we did get singles. So maybe that's kind of what he's getting at here. Let's keep going though. The photo series coincided with the planning of 3 Blondit live radio events that year. They were held on 3 Thursday nights towards the end of 2019 in the basement of the Knockdown Center in Queens, New York. On October 29th, 24th, And the 31st, 2019, doors opened at 10 p.m. A custom nightclub with vintage lighting fixtures was installed for the duration of each party. This is not as interesting though. Just to kind of, for the sake of completion, on the first night, Buffon played at 10:15, followed by Justice at midnight, Sango at 1:15, and Sherelle at 2:30. Leon Arca, Poppy Juice, Shy Boy, Joey LaBella, Last Japan, and DJ Heather played sets on subsequent nights. Not important. Now is the important thing though. Prior to the COVID-19 pandemic, these events were intended to grow from small club events to larger raves across the world. And now is the most interesting part. The recording artist has since changed his mind about the singles model and is again interested in more durational bodies of work. And if we are looking at this from the perspective that, Frank Ocean is to be represented in this figure of the recording artist, we can see that, he was the one that was trying to push the singles model. So the singles that he was dropping over the past, well, not over the past, but like 3 years ago, and they never dropped anything after. And them saying that this fictional recording artist has now changed from the singles model to more durational bodies of work, so basically the album model that they were describing earlier, could mean that, Frank Ocean is changing from his singles to, again, albums. So we're getting a new album at some point in the future. Maybe he started working on it. I know this might seem very far-fetched. That's why all of this is a theory. So I'm very aware of that. I'm not saying that Frank Ocean is confirmed to be dropping pretty soon. But this is what people are thinking might be hinting towards the fact. And I mean, if you end the poster just with that sentence, it doesn't have a real conclusion. It just says, since then, the recording artist has changed from the singles, model to the more durational body of work model. I mean, why would you end a poster with that you're selling on your website? As I said, if you're a Frank Ocean fan and you're way more into this than I am, then please let me and please also let the fans know in the comments, because that would be of great value for us all to kind of maybe gauge if there is something to this and we can get our hopes up a little bit, maybe be on the lookout for other hints, or if this is just completely, a reach and it doesn't hold any true value to itself. But man, everybody's waiting for a Frank Ocean album, and he never said he's retired. He's kind of just like not dropping, and it's so interesting, that dude, man. When he drops, it's definitely gonna break like the internet. I mean, it's such a whack term, but like a lot of artists that come out of a hiatus, they always do crazy well. Like we've had it with Kendrick with the Mr. Morale. We had it with Beyonce, Renaissance. So we had a couple of artists like that already in 2022. So maybe 2023 might be Frank Ocean's year. I'm just hoping, man. I'm just hoping. The world might be really in need of some new Frank Ocean music right now. Well, anyway, that's the theory that people are believing to be true. Not confirmed to be true. Let me know what you think about this, though. Do you think that Frank Ocean could be dropping at some point in 2023? How viable do you gauge that this new theory that we got is actually true? And what are your thoughts on when he's dropping? So all of your thoughts and theories and opinions on this theory, please let me know in the comments down below. If you watched this video to the end and liked it, and you want to stay up to date with all current hip-hop events and releases, make sure to subscribe, turn on notifications, hit that like button, and go follow my social media, and most importantly, join my Discord in the description. Until the next one, you'll have an incredible day, and you'll take care.